Jesus said he who lives by the sword dies by the sword, and he was a carpenter who died nailed to a piece of wood. By this logic, how would you die? I would be electrocuted violently, or alcohol poisoning. Are you an electrician that likes to drink? Electrician by day, bartender by night. Either way you're bust. Murdered by K2 children with emotional disorders. This may not be that far off the mark in reality. Same. But high schoolers, same. But middle school, same. Same but completely different. Now I'm concerned that a computer program is trying to kill me. If a piece of hospital medical equipment has a software malfunction, it still could. It has happened before. There is a famous case of a series of radiation therapy machines malfunctioning and administering hundreds of times the safe amount of radiation, killing the patients. I make BBQ for a living, so my fat will be trimmed down to about a 1/4 inch all around. Seasoned well with salt and pepper. Salt on the trimming wounds would be terrible. Then throwing in a metal box filled with fire to be cooked to 200 degrees. Frick my life. You sound delicious. I'd totally eat that guy. r/suddenly gay. r/suddenly cannibal. I'll die by being processed into chicken nuggets. Technically they'd be slug nuggets. Slugguts. Come on man. Possibly McSlugguts. Can I get a slurm with that? Poor Slums Mackenzie. He died doing what he loved, so we'll party on in his honor. My death would be you die in the game. You die in real life taken to its logical conclusion. That, or I'd get a million paper cuts since I work in an office. Either works. I wonder if there's fall damage here. Ooh. I wonder if there's fire damage too. Burns. Cool. Can I swim in this game? Jumps into a lake and dies. Nope. Do the cars stop if I walk into the road? Frogger was pretty confusing. Hanging myself with guitar strings. What Slipknot song is this? Loser by Beck. I don't do anything so I don't die. Apathy equals immortality. Your brain stops caring about breathing equals you dead. A whole new level of being too cool to care. I love it. Grim Reaper, you're dead. You gotta leave me, Matt. Dying in a hospital with my bowels out of control as the nursing staff plays cards. Live by myself, die by myself. I'm most well known, among those who know me, for being a member of a suicide prevention committee. Yikes. I'm a social worker. I'll die of burnout or when my clients turn on me in a mob mentality. Damn, I guess a camera or giant set piece is going to fall on top of me. You'll be sliced to death by a union card. Teams to stampede. As a director, I guess I'd just be directed to die and then die. Well, I just finished a night shift censoring graphic images from the Sri Lankan terrorist attack. So in a violent terrorist attack, broadcast on national television, the children in my classroom will eventually turn feral and tear me limb from limb before setting everything in the classroom on fire and swarming out into the wilds. That or the daily stress from trying to get swarms of 30 to 70 kids not to do the above on a daily basis will kill me. By being sarcastic at the wrong time and wrong place. Exactly how I got stabbed in the chest with a mechanical pencil by a crazy clarinet player. The answer to the question, what are you gonna do? Stab me, was yes. Holy shit. Did you survived? Lucky for me my sternum, I think, did its job and deflected her flimsy weapon. Good thing she didn't have a knife. Probably won't ask that sarcastic question to anyone brandishing anything at me again though. Ha, not your fault. Figures it would be a clarinet player. Artist, so someone might just have to draw a fucking gun on me. You have been visited by Money Pigeon. Like the video and subscribe within 5.6 seconds and you will get rich. Now back to scheduled programming. Crushed by a shipping container, I guess. It actually almost happened on the first day of my job now that I think about it. I'm a delivery driver, so I guess I'm screwed. You bout to get icicade. Absolutely no idea what that means, but it sounds like it hurts. Probably procrastinating. Probably had to leave my bed for a life-saving procedure and my lazy ass would be like, nah, maybe we'll try again tomorrow. And that's how I die. Waiting on hold to talk to a representative. Your death is very important to us. Please hold for the next available representative. Stoned to death, but instead of stones, it's lettuce. My cabbages. I'd get nailed to a piece of wood. If you died getting nailed, you could say you went out with a bang. drug overdose, pharmacy tech. I sell pornography, so yikes. Death by snoo. Bartender here, drinking myself to death. Hell, that's gonna happen even without OP's logic. I've never thought of this. Probably masturbating, going out with a bang, napped by my own hand. Death by paper cut. IDK welding my nutsack to the workbench. I'm a cook, so I guess I would be stabbed to death, probably with my own knife. Murdered by toddlers. Laugh so hard I mean that I die. I work in IT, death by turning it on and off again, maybe my life support, maybe my liver. I service dialysis machines for a living, I guess I'll get end-stage renal failure. Choked to death by a $5 footlong, I work at a Subway. I would be forced to consume marijuana until I die. Cannabis being impossible to overdose means that the Grim Reaper and I will spend eternity smoking joints and trying to figure out how to get a non-lethal substance to kill me. Edit. Damn, I thought I was going to smoke reefer with the Reaper for eternity, but looks more like death by hot barks. Sayonara. Bored to death listening to a high school teacher lecture me. Same. Or bored to death in a really bad PD. At least the transition would be subtle. Murder by numbers, 420 stab wounds. Are you an accountant? I'd probably be jacked off to death by horses. That sounds like a dream. For some. Say hi to Mr. Hands for us up there in hanky horsey heaven. I'm going to die in a violent chemical reaction, or just cancer from inhaling nasty fumes. Of cancer. Oh, you play a lot of LOL. Fortnite. I will die by my hand then because I'm unemployed, or technically you then live by nothing so you're immortal. Death by school textbooks and student loans. Bread. Surprisingly, I actually have already sustained injuries from touching bread, literally just putting the sliced loaf into a plastic bag and giving it to a customer. Your toast. McDonald's cashier, so probably deep fried. I'm too young to get a job, so if I stay unemployed am I immortal? No, you just get bludgeoned to death by disappointed people. Killed by some sort of weapon made out of Lego bricks, and not from stepping on them. Stop making stepping on Lego jokes, it's not that funny. I will die by the holy hand grenade, because Jesus is my life. Reply all to death, by junior administrators covering their useless asses. Being dismembered during a robot revolution. I'm a glider pilot, psychology student and bass player. I'll probably crash land after a sentient bass fish jacks my plane mid-flight. I worked in the electrical supply industry for over 30 years. It sold Sparky for me. A sentient pizza would stuff me in an insulated bag and take me to be devoured by a family of other hungry pizzas for pocket change. I will be served spicy Thai food and overpriced beer until I fucking die. I would be sliced into 8-ounce slabs, pan-seared and served with garlic mashed potatoes, and a spring vegetable medley, paired with a full-bodied red wine, and likely cost $110 a plate. Probably trip over a mop bucket or something. I'm a custodian. One of my co-workers actually did this and broke his leg. I came close a couple times because I wasn't paying attention and backed into mine. Cut in half and stuffed with an assortment of half-decent meat, good cheese, then toasted, and then stuffed with vegetables and a bad assortment of sauces. Subway if it wasn't obvious. Since I'm a writer, then that means I'll die by being written out of the story in some dramatic fashion. Whether or not my death will upset readers is beyond my own comprehension. Game designer, so one of the virtual worlds I create will be so immersive that anyone who plays it will forget about their real life and become their character as their viral body wastes away. I'll be the first victim. I'm a programmer, or more specifically a software engineer. Maybe I engineer something that ignores the laws of robotics and it kills me or something. Either that or I get electrocuted putting a new graphics card in my rig, lol. Right now I think I wanna go into meteorology, so following this while I'm driving through a thunderstorm all the clouds are gonna liquefy and fall and kill me. The marquee tool in Photoshop will select my body and delete, only to be left with a transparent void where I once belonged. Counting money infinitely in a locked vault until it eventually swallows me whole in a sea of dollars and coin, and none of it's my own. sad and alone or bludgeoned to death with an Xbox controller. This is a gold sponge gar. It only appears once every 1 million sponge gar appearances. Like the video within 5 seconds for good luck.
PG!
On top, food chain, won't stop, new game, hot box that blue haze, 1 lock, 2 chains, no bras, 2 babes, mic drop, new stage, lights in my rear view, 5 cops, cool race, faster than a Tesla, they say I'm exhausted.